What's up, guys? How's it going? You got Dash here coming to you live from Tigard, Oregon. And in this video, I'm going to be having a special guest on today who is going to be talking to us about a little bit about his journey on how he got into millionaire mentoring and was able to generate $1,000 in one single day online. What would $1,000 do for you? Right, we're going to talk about that here in just a second. Make sure that you guys start saying hi as soon as you guys start jumping on. I'm going to invite Luciaan here onto the broadcast, and we will get started here in just a second. I'm super excited for this interview, guys. I've been wanting to do this for a minute. I've actually been following him for a little while, and I love what he does. Love his drive. So let's get him jumping on here in just a moment. Weiss, what's going on? Donna, how's it going? Michael, thanks for joining in this broadcast today. Just waiting for Luciaan to jump on here on this video really quick, and then we will get started. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from in the comments section below. Let me know if you are watching the live today or if you are watching the replay. All right, just waiting for him to jump on real quick. Appreciate your guys' patience so much. Hey, Dacia Hanks, finally caught ya. Awesome. Glad you did. Tanya, what's up? Thanks for jumping on. Timothy, how's it going? Hope you are doing awesome. Got a friend jumping on right now. All right, here we go. Annaline, thanks for tuning in from South Africa. Fabulous. My special guest is actually in Africa right now as well, so that's super awesome. Donna coming live. Appreciate you for dropping that. We are just adding him on the broadcast right now. We actually had to test this out last night, guys, because our cameras were just not working. Like, they weren't connecting with his phone and my phone. So hopefully it'll work today pretty quickly. It seems like it's going to. Rory, what's up? Thanks for jumping on, brother. All right, looky there. How's it going, man?
All good. Thanks, Dacia. Yourself?
Hey, good. I'm good, doing good. It's early here, but I'm doing good. All right, awesome.
Yes. I believe it's 7 a.m.
Oh, yeah, 7 a.m. over here. Usually I'm up at like 10, so it's a little bit earlier.
Okay.
Awesome. So, where are you tuning in from right now?
I'm tuning in from Port Elizabeth, South Africa. If you check on the map, it's right at the bottom of Africa. Yeah.
Cool, man. Awesome. So I want to talk to you guys a little bit. We want to talk to you guys a little bit about his kind of journey through millionaire mentoring. So before you got into millionaire mentoring, like, what was your life like before? Where were you working? What were you doing before
that? Okay. I basically only had the opportunity to actually just matric. That's basically finishing high school. So there wasn't an opportunity to go to college and those stuff. So we were coming by, but living on the basics. So I started off, even before I finished school, started off selling fruit and veg and stuff like that. Yeah.
Awesome.
Then from there into a job, which I will get into.
Okay. All right. Cool. So what job were you in before you got into millionaire mentoring?
Okay. In fact, I'll need more than 2 hands to count which jobs I did. But basically I went from sales, selling fruit and veg. Then I started construction. But my last job was basically as a courier. So I believe everybody's familiar with Uber. So I actually did Uber, and I did it for some time, and then I had to get an additional job as a courier. So I would do the courier job on the during the week, and then on the weekend, on my spare time, I would do Uber.
Wow, that's crazy. You got a lot going on before that. Cool.
Yes,
awesome.
Yes, definitely.
So you were doing that before. So what happened as soon as you joined millionaire mentoring? Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, basically I got into the online space back in 2016. That is where I basically started with doing online marketing, etc. So I wasn't aware of millionaire mentoring then. So I basically had to get out of the 16-hour job that I was in, because as a husband and a father, I couldn't see myself doing that for all my life. And then I basically was intrigued by cryptocurrencies as well as online marketing. So I started doing it. I had some success, but I was always felt it felt like a job, even though I could do it from home, because at the end of the day, I was doing a lot of things at home that I didn't know then. So sometimes you are taught things and you perfect it, and you become perfect at doing it at home. So you become an expert at doing it at home. So that is what I actually had to go through. And yes, I knew about millennium mentoring, but I didn't think that I needed, because at the time my ego was here, because like I mentioned, I had some success, and my income did this, but all of a sudden it did this, and I couldn't pinpoint what I was actually doing wrong at that point of time. So when I got into millennium mentoring, it totally changed my mind. And wow, I can humbly say that it's been the best decision, and I can basically see the fruits, because yes, what I wanted in the first place back in 2016, when I was in that transition phase when I wanted to quit the 16-hour job. So I only achieved it when I went into millennium mentoring, becoming a millennium student, basically.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Awesome. So you really just
Yes.
got
Yes.
plugged in and just started really
Oh
taking
yes.
everything they were saying into consideration. That's cool. That is awesome. So where are you now because of it? So you've gone through Millionaire Mentoring. You made $1,000 in one day. That's super exciting. So where are you now?
Okay, so it basically happened more than once,
Mm-hmm.
and yes, to me, I remember success means something different to us as individuals. To me, I wanted my time back, so I wanted to spend more time with the family, etc. So when you sometimes you uh, our self-talk, human beings, we speak to ourselves. I'm going to stop talking to you now. You're going to start speaking to yourself, whether it's going to be your thoughts or whatever. So now our self-talk is 80% negative. So um, before, I didn't understand that. And once I actually got involved with Millennium Mentorship, learning who I am really, and basically digging for what is inside of me, and getting to learn myself better, getting to understand the world better, and also helping me to be able to go in the field that I'm in. So this program is obviously not for only the online space, irrespective of which industry you're in. Even if you are not an entrepreneur, there are so many testimonies that I can actually speak about. But when coming back to myself, before I didn't feel worthy of making $1,000. And if you don't feel worthy, that is the self talk. So if someone speaks about it, you're going to say, no, this person is lying. And at the end of the day, if you don't feel worthy, if you say it's impossible, if you say it's possible, you are right. If you say it's impossible, it's once again you are right. So at the end of the day, I could actually start believing in myself even more. And at the end of the day, even though I had a big team, I didn't feel or that I'm actually worthy of leading them. So I understood that I need to invest in this, because I need to be that person that is actually a step or two ahead. And when I did this, it it just made more sense, because when I did this, I thought that you should actually have something external, something out there, but realizing that one should actually become humble and just be the person who you are, because it is not about yourself, it is not about me, and it is basically about what I can actually give. So the more value that you are able to give, the more return basically you will get. So say for instance, when I meet a person and the person just wants to know how much are they going to make online should they start at this point of time, then my question to them is, what are you prepared to give? Because we we sometimes communicate from that scarcity point, where we just want. But if you are willing to give, if you are able to understand that it's not about yourself, it's about what you can give. If you give, then the universe will obviously, it will reward you. So since I've learned this and applying it, it's one thing to learn it, and applying it, there's a big difference when it comes to that, because yes, you learn, learn, learn. and you decide what you would want to implement and what you're not going to implement. And that is where the ego comes in,
Yep.
because then you bring yourself in, and it is not about yourself. I mean, out there, I know where I found myself, and the person could relate to me. That is what actually made me look at it. But it was a way for me to get from point A, where I found myself, to point B. And when I understood this, I should actually be what the person was when I got into the industry. And once I started implementing it, I've in fact, yes, maybe we're gonna find value from this, but what I got, what I'm getting from my mentors is it's more than 100% of what I can share here, because every day is a learning curve, and especially them being in the industry both for over 30 years. So this is 60 years worth of experience. So it's a lot, and it's a learning curve. And once I these days I find it more doable. I never use the word easy, because nothing comes easy in life, but it's more doable to attack $1,000 for a day. And once you do it once, it's as if it breaks a limitation that you had, and you start realizing that I can actually do this on a daily basis.
Yeah.
But it depends. Are you willing to actually put yourself aside and implement what is taught? Yes, it's an awesome journey, and it's basically not a destination,
Right.
because every day is a learning curve. Every day.
I
Yeah.
love that. What I really love about that is you were saying like millionaire mentoring, not only is it helping you produce an income, but it's helped you change your mindset around like your view of people and your view of business, right? And you're now
Yeah.
allowing your ego to be let go and be vulnerable to other people so that way you can make those solid connections and start making those commissions. So that's super awesome, man. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing that. So what's one big piece of advice that you can give somebody before we jump off this call?
Sorry, can I get that again?
So, what's one big piece of advice that you can give everyone right now before we jump off this call?
I would I would tell the person that yes, sometimes we come into it to, especially when you want to go into this industry, you would want to get something from it. But if we just change that mindset and just understand that, yes, you ask yourself, what are you willing to give? What value are you willing to give? Because once you are willing to give that value, then the universe will reward you. Especially if you are coming into the Black Ops Millennium Mentorship program, then I can definitely tell you, if you are going to implement what you are taught, and obviously it's not going to be, it's not going to be instant gratification. You're not gonna just on one day, then you're just gonna get the fruits. Yes, I can actually share some testimonies about basically Samuel, who in his first month, at 21 years of age, he was able to make 23,000 US dollars. So yes, but he had to put his ego aside and implementing everything that he has been taught. So yes, it's possible to basically make a success within the first month. And coming into the online space, sometimes we I just lost the thought of style. But yes, sometimes we think that we need to have our own testimony about
Right.
what the company is about, or how much I have made, etc. And it's not about the company. It's not even about how much you have basically made. If you are able to speak to the person, client, or the prospect, and be have be that person that has a message that where the client finds themselves, how, and you show them that you have a bridge to get them from point A to point B, then that is basically all one needs to do. And yes, sometimes we feel that we need to have our own testimony in order to be able to make a success out of this. But that's not the case. In this one example, when my mentor actually launched his business, he actually shared the testimony of one of these students,
Yep.
and not of his, and he's the mentor, but he's sharing the testimony, launching his business, and it basically it worked, and he didn't need his own testimony. So it's important to work in a group, work in a team, because when you work in a team, you basically leverage from the team success, and you don't need to be the person that's actually always leading. And if you apply what is taught in Millennium Mentorship, obviously you would understand that yes, even though you are actually speaking about another person's success, it doesn't mean that your person is going to jump to them, because if you are still feeling that way, yes, it's possible that the person would do it, but if you are feeling that way, that is actually going to limit you, because you are actually thinking from a lack position. So you want to be that person who believes that actually in the world today, there's nothing that someone made that you don't actually you don't afford, or you are not worthy of it, because anything man made, you are worthy of it. And if you look at life from that point of view, then you start attracting. And yes, I've mentioned it. Back in the day, I used to go out and actually do a lot of activity to get people to my business. But these days, learning these principles and understanding that I only need to give value. When I give value, now I'm attracting people in my industry, and it's also not in my industry. So that is when it becomes fun, because I always say that business should be fun. And when you start attracting the right people, then that is basically what you need in this industry. Because if you are not attracting, and then it basically becomes another job. And yes, I have nothing against it, because against the job, but at the end of the day, that is what I wanted. I wanted time freedom. The next person maybe wants something else, but that is what I wanted, and that is what this industry actually gave me.
Awesome. I love it, man. So, kind of just an overview, guys. Really, for you to make $1,000 commissions like online, you really just have to get plugged in. Be coachable, guys. And
Yeah.
don't let your ego keep you from actually succeeding or reaching those breakthroughs that you have to on a daily basis. And don't think that when you get plugged into any program, even if it's not a millionaire mentoring, and getting plugged into any program, you don't have to have success right up front, right? Like you don't have to be the testimonial or the front man right up front. You can leverage other people's success. People will love it. You'll be creating that bridge for them. So appreciate you so much for jumping on here, man. Do you have anything else you want to say before we jump off?
Now, I just want to say thank you to you for giving me the opportunity, and I basically I'm honored to be interviewed by you, and may you have many more success. And I'm looking forward to actually in the future working together with you, as well as looking back maybe 6 months from now on this interview, what happened here, and sharing someone else's testimony that
Definitely.
was inspired. Thank you very
I
much.
love it, man. Thank you so much. I will catch you again on the next interview. Appreciate everyone for jumping on. Rory, Sarah Lee, Bradley, Lisa, Aston, Angeline, Yo-Yo, partner. Rory, what's up? Farrell, how is it going? Weiss, what's up? Anna, Hilda, thanks for jumping on, guys. All right. Thank you for jumping on this video. Does from Edinburgh, Texas, does the advice apply in only current areas in the world? I say this because I live in Texas, like 45 minutes away from Mexico. Can I still be successful in this? Of course. I mean, this guy's from Africa, right? And I'm in Oregon, of all places. It can be done. These tactics aren't just for business itself either. Like you can, or in this specific business, you can utilize it in any type of business. That's the big thing about this is you're learning from millionaires effective strategies, tools, and actual things that they personally were using to help them generate more income in this business as well as others. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you let me know in the comments section below. I will catch you guys in the next interview and on my daily dose at 8 p.m. Pacific time. Bye for now.